Hello Darts Nutz, welcome to Darts Review channel. The new Harrows CHIZZY Series 3 darts now. A little bit of a story on these ones. These darts got grip pretty much all over the barrel, and I was contacted by Harrows and I was saying, oh, the new CHIZZYs look nice, and they said yeah, and there's no DSS on it. So they obviously watch my reviews and take notice of the things that we say about dreaded smooth sections, because now where the CHIZZY name and the Harrows name is, you've got some grip, so that's nice to see. Hope all the manufacturers start doing that. I know we do moan a bit about dreaded smooth sections, but it kind of works depending on the dart, but sometimes I don't really think it should be there on certain barrels. If it's only there just for the sake of having a logo, then why? You can still make a logo even with grip on it. So it's nice that Harrows have listened and took on board feedback. So let's check them out. I'm reviewing the 23 gram version, the 90% tungsten, and as usual with Harrows they come in a range of weights. Steel tip it's 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 and 26 grams, soft tip 18 and 20 gram, and the retail for £55.95. So once again it comes in the Harrows cardboard packaging, and quite striking with that black and yellow on the back. You got some info on the barrels, and that's an outer sleeve. So inside you got this other box, big clear window showing the contents. Inside there you got a plastic tray holding everything in place, and the darts are fitted into a little rubber pointer holder and come supplied with the super grip carbon stems in the midi or in between size, and you've got the small standard Harrows CHIZZY flights, kind of a crisscross pattern on them. Darts fit with a black coated point. It's your classic straight barrel style or version of. Got a nice bull nose there, and then a mix of, I would say, fairly wide rings and deep square cut grooves, and then some thin ring and groove, quite widely spaced. And then you got a micro grip section and then a thin ring and groove on the end, but it's got that nice deep black tie coating and the contrasting gold metallic coating, and pretty much grip almost the full length, obviously just a little bit on the ends, but even where the logo is you've got some grips. So it's nice to see they've put grip all the way along. It's not an especially grippy barrel, but it's probably maybe just medium to slightly above, depending on where you are. Maybe that section might be the grippiest, but looks quite neat with that black and gold. And there's the carbon super grip midi stems, and you've got the CHIZZY flights. So as you can see, you've got a bull nose there, and it's a square cut ring and groove, and a couple of the grooves there have got the gold electroplated coating, and I would say they're quite deep cut grooves actually. If them rings were a bit thinner it'd probably be quite a bit more grippy, but as you move along you've got a mix of thin ring and groove and then some slightly wider grooves in between, and then moving up towards the rear you've got a micro ring grip section with the CHIZZY and Harrows logo, and then beyond that you got a wide beveled groove and then some thin ring and groove grip, and then just a small taper on the end. So pretty much grip the full length again. That's the super close look at the Harrows CHIZZY Dave Chisnall Series 3 darts. Darts fit with a black coated 25mm point. You've got a bull nose 3.5mm and then a quite wide square cut ring and groove grips 17mm, some double thin rings and wide grooves 4.4mm, some thin ring and groove section 6.8mm, and then the kind of like, I don't know if it's a micro or nano grip section with the beveled rings either side 8mm, and then including the groove and the very fine ring and groove grip, that's 9.1mm, and then a small taper 2.2mm on the end, length 51mm, width 6.4mm. 23.10 grams, 23.11 grams, and 23.10, so nearly perfectly matched. Full setup 24.84 grams. Here's the balance with nothing attached and with the supplied setup, and this is the balance with medium in between short nylon stems and standard flights. So mostly just around medium to slightly above medium, so maybe 6 at most. Let's give them a throw and see how they go. Well, it just feels like your classic straight barrel ring grip style, which there's many of, but it's a very popular style for good reason. I like the bull nose. It's a little bit of edginess to the rings, so it's not too bad a feel for me. Been a while since I've had one. Yeah, I think probably I would still want a little bit more grip. Oh, isn't that annoying? One last go from the front. Ooh, I'm getting annoyed now. Can you see I'm getting really annoyed? Ah. I'm messing myself up here. But yeah, it's just like I say, it feels like your classic style at the front. So try the mid part, which is kind of a mix of double rings and thin rings, so see what that feels like. Not too bad that there. One more try. But as with all straight barrels, they'll work whether you're a front mid or rear gripper. Got a little bit fishtaily, but like I say, it's just probably down to the fact that it's not my natural position. But again, you got some grip there. Probably feels a little bit more grippy than the front part, so should be fine for mid grippers. So the rear section, I think I'll just grab in between those two sections of grip. Not too bad as well. So probably a good all-rounder really. Not having that. One more try because I didn't like them other two. Oh, I've got to get one more. I've got to get it in the 20s at least. Almost feels like I've gotten the hang of it there, but not quite. A bit better, but went a bit fishtaily. Better. Yeah, that's better. So, like I say, probably a good all-rounder this. I mean, there's grip pretty much the full length. Just depends on what level of grip you're happy with. I think I would still prefer a little bit more from the front, but it felt quite nice to throw. I like the bull nose, which is something I like anyway. And the only thing I think maybe it's the coating maybe has a slightly slippy feel, but my fingers are a bit cold and dry, so probably not warmed up with them properly yet. So may feel better when you're more warmed up, but another nice addition to the CHIZZY range, and I think it'll be quite a popular one, so it doesn't really matter whether or not you're a front or mid or rear gripper. I think it'll be fine no matter what. So I'll leave you with the gallery so you can have a better look at them, and I'll see you on the next one. Happy darting.